Long before the pyramids of Egypt, before Stonehenge or the great cities of Mesopotamia, there was Gobekli Tepe, hidden for millennia beneath a gentle hill in southeastern Turkey. This site remained untouched until the 1990s, when German archaeologist Klaus Schmidt realized what the mounds truly concealed. Not just another Neolithic village, but a megalithic temple complex over 11,000 years old. That's 7,000 years older than the pyramids, and at least 1,000 years older than any known civilization capable of such monumental stonework. What makes Gobekli Tepe so extraordinary? It's the massive T-shaped stone pillars, some over 16 feet tall and weighing 10-20 tons, were carved and erected by prehistoric people, all without the aid of wheels, metal tools, or domesticated animals. Many of these pillars are engraved with elaborate reliefs of animals, snakes, boars, birds, foxes, and mythical creatures, suggesting rich symbolic or ritualistic meaning. The site is arranged in concentric circles with central stone pillars facing one another, believed to represent spiritual or social gatherings, possibly even burial or sacrificial rites. Radiocarbon dating places Gobekli Tepe at around 9,600 BCE, just after the end of the last ice age when humans were supposed to be simple hunter-gatherers. But the scale, planning, and artistry of the site challenge that narrative. In fact, Gobekli Tepe forces archaeologists to rethink everything about the timeline of civilization. Previously, it was believed that agriculture led to settlements, which eventually led to religion. Gobekli Tepe inverts that idea. It appears religious or ritual belief may have come first, prompting people to gather and build, and only later did agriculture evolve to support the growing population. Strangely, no signs of permanent habitation, like houses or hearths, have been found at the site. Only tools, animal bones, and the temple structures themselves. This suggests that nomadic or semi-nomadic peoples may have traveled great distances to gather at this sacred place, perhaps for seasonal rituals or pilgrimage. And yet, they organized complex labor, cut massive stones with stone tools, and created a place that would have required engineering, planning, and spiritual vision, all without writing, cities, or a clear political hierarchy. One of the greatest mysteries is why, around 8,000 BCE, the site was deliberately buried under tons of backfill, sand, stone, and debris. This wasn't a natural collapse or abandonment. It looks like the builders themselves buried it, carefully preserving the site under layers of earth. Why? Was it to protect it from invaders, a ritual closure of a sacred space, or a cultural shift that made the site obsolete? No one knows for sure. Despite its fame, less than 10% of Gobekli Tepe has been excavated. Ground-penetrating radar and geomagnetic surveys suggest dozens more megalithic circles remain hidden underground, waiting to be uncovered. Nearby sites like Karahan Tepe and Navali Kori suggest that Gobekli Tepe may have been just one node in a vast, interconnected network of early sacred sites, pointing to a forgotten spiritual tradition that predates writing and farming. Gobekli Tepe doesn't just change history, it reorders it. It tells us that complex spiritual and architectural achievement came long before agriculture, governments, or cities. It suggests that the human urge to commune with the divine, to create meaning through symbols and rituals, is as old as civilization itself, maybe older. Gobekli Tepe is more than an archaeological site. It's a time capsule from a forgotten world where art, astronomy, and belief merged in a sacred landscape. It forces us to ask, what else have we missed? What civilizations rose and vanished long before we imagined? And how much deeper does human history really go? Gobekli Tepe might not answer all those questions, but it makes one thing clear. We've only begun to understand our ancient past.